Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and happy Monday. So, before we get into Deckmaster Monday and launch off all the way into Jinzo, let me to give a one more thank you to the only person who actually entered last week's uh, Speed Duel Spotlight giveaway, and that would be Ritvik Trehan. And I do apologize if I messed that up. Again, thank you. The cards, again, I should get those out on Wednesday. I will email you to let you know. This player did request the following two cards, so they are out of the card pool. We went ahead and we took out one copy of No More Mrs. Nice My, and I think it was the only copy of Shadow Reborn. So those cards are no longer available. Just in case you guys were thinking about going and watching yesterday's video, maybe leave it a comment as an entry. Again, thank you for that. Let's get on to today's character and let's talk about the almighty Jinzo. So, this guy has been kind of crazy cool. He started off, he was super important. He was the Monarch before we had Monarchs. Single Tribute 2400, Dark Attribute Machine. We started out, we had this guy, we had Limiter Removal, which was awesome. Once Allure of Darkness came out, he was still very useful. Just a good card, great card. I think all the way up to almost 2010, 2012. And I think that's about when the meta started shifting over to more and more spells and less traps. So he had a very, very long-lived run. He's been in almost every rarity, so I'm not going to break down prices for you guys. I want to say this is one of the ones out of the Rage of Raw, where he was just simply given away just all the time because it was that entire Jinzo deck in that set. And very cool. And his effect is so easy to understand. So obviously he makes a great deck master that's never going to have to jump out and be on the field and make himself vulnerable. And his effect is the following. Traps and their effects on the field may not be activated and negate the effects of all trap cards on the field. So yeah, that's pretty darn amazing. And the best part about this guy is you will see him once in a while in Common Charity. You don't see him too much in just a regular master game or the whatever you want to call it, the advanced, the regular TCG, tournament play, whatever you want to call that. You may or may not see him just because somebody's running a Jinzo deck one day. You do see him quite a bit in Speed Duel, and again, it's one of the reasons I love him. And again, since he's in all of these different forms, and you can, of course, add deck master rules to anything, he's just a really great, omnipotent pick. But I wanted to talk about a few cards that he kind of plays around, and cards that kind of try, and cards that do win against him. So, first card, super important to the game. We just got these in one of the structure decks. I want to say it was Cyber Strike. It was Cyber Strike. I don't know why I said that. Was Infinite Impermanence. Now, obviously not this copy. This is the Dual Overload Ultra. I just happen to be a fan of Ultra Rares. And again, this card makes a good, strong case of why it might be able to target the Jinzo, and it does end up failing. In order to activate this, normally, you just simply set this. But if you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand, and that's the problem. Since it's being activated from the hand, it's not like a normal hand trap. It doesn't have Ash Blossom wording where it says discard this card, then perform your effect. Or some of them, I think, actually say send this card from your hand to the discard pile. At which point, that's where it's going to resolve, will be down there. We can activate it from our hand, no problem, because it's not a trap card on the field at that point. But as soon as we go ahead and we toss that onto the field, it is now a trap card on the field. And Jinzo's static effect, his continuous effect, is just going to be able to go ahead and wipe off any of the Infinite Impermanence. Another card that really tries here, and is another one of my favorites from Speed Duel, is Lost Wind, okay? So, the first summon, the first use, whatever. It's not going to work against Jinzo anyway. The part that could work, and is dependent on your next turn, your next play, being able to get Jinzo off the field, the part that you can do is that if a monster is special summoned from the opponent's extra deck while this is in the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can set this card and then banish it when it leaves the field again. So, for the second use, for pulling it back, you can do the pullback while Jinzo's active and go, okay, well, cool, I set it. But again, the second you go to activate it, Jinzo will, of course, negate this because he is a continuous effect. And then the one card that actually kind of works is going to be Breakthrough Skill. Now, again, it's not going to be the first effect that's going to get him. The first effect is very reminiscent of Effect Failure. Target a face-up effect monster your opponent controls. That face-up monster your opponent controls has its effects negated until the end of the turn. During your turn, except the turn this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish this from the graveyard, then target a face-up effect monster your opponent controls. That target has its effects negated until the end of this turn. That second effect, that this is already in the discard pile. Well, first off, it's not on the field, so we can go ahead and pay the cost, which is the banishment. So now that we have banished the Breakthrough Skill, it's going to resolve in the remove from play pile. And since it's removed from play and able to resolve from remove from play, Jinzo has no say. So now, with Jinzo not having a say, you can then activate your Infinite Impermanence and your Lost Winds from the field. So there is a little give and take. I do think you have to do that on your own turn, though. With the... Yeah, I want to say you have to do that second one, yeah, during your turn, except the turn. Just because it becomes like a spell speed 1, but it needs a slower activation. So again, you wouldn't be able to be like, oh, well, I get Impermanence now. Well, yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, Jinzo, top pick for me. He's available, like I said, he's available in speed duels. He's available in Common Charity. He's available in every version of the game. He has not been limited yet. I still haven't bothered to look to see if there's actually a limitations list going for speed duel. That's something I will check out before we go ahead and we get this next box release. I'm really looking forward to the GX Academy. Really looking forward to that. This week's decks, the main decks, the Common Charity and the Master game, they're again, it's going to be the same deck, but Celestial Duelist has bullied me into making a GX theme. So if for nothing else, maybe you guys want to take a guess and amuse me with what you think it is. I can promise you by the time that this is available, those have already been filmed and will be ready to just go live at the time that they're supposed to. So can't wait to see what you guys have to say. And again, thank you for stopping by. It means a lot to me that you guys spend your time listening to me rattle on about trading cards. To me, that is the craziest thing in the world. But seriously, thank you. If you guys want to support the channel, best thing to do, subscribe to the channel. If you guys have already done that, do the second best thing. Keep watching. Just keep coming back. Keep hanging out. We'll talk about some fun stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully tomorrow. And then yeah, go do something for yourself today. While I'm filming this, it is like 70 degrees out and beautiful. So I'm going to try to finish up early today and then go outside and get a walk or something. I'll see you guys later. Peace.